Hey y'all, who's your patriot here? Uh, my buddy Vlad Gruitz sent me a link to watch the movie Greenland. The one that actually hasn't come out yet, but it kind of has. And this is my reaction to it. Entertaining movie. Um, it's basically a remake of the movie 2012. Um, it's exactly like it. Um, you got a family that there's a slight differences. Like the little boy has, and if you haven't seen it and you don't want to have it ruined for you because a bunch of spoilers, don't watch this video. Um, but the little boy has type 1 diabetes. But they were selected to survive this asteroid, right? They're supposed to report to an airport, and a military flight's going to take them to shelter, a bunker that turns out to be in Greenland. Um, when they find out the little boy's got type 1 diabetes, they reject him. So they can't go to the bunker, right? So they all get separated at one point, and they all find each other at her dad's house in Lexington, Kentucky, as a matter of fact. They're from Atlanta. So they go, and, dad won't leave, so he's going to stay there and die, right? But they hear about these private pilots that are in Canada, and they're flying people to Greenland, and they're going to get in the bunker one way or another. Sound familiar? I mean, even the plane crash, it's exactly like 2012. Plane crashes, pilot doesn't make it, and but the military they've opened their hearts, and you don't any longer have to have one of these wristbands to get in. Just whoever can manage to show up is taken in. And then at the end, they even open the blast shield and let everybody see they've spent 9 months underground, and the ash cloud is gone, and they see birds flying around, and everybody starts giggling. And yeah, okay, it's an entertaining movie, but there are so many things wrong with it, just like there was 2012. It's supposed to be a movie about man's perseverance over Mother Nature and avoiding extinction. That's my take. However, there are so many little intricacies and things that just make you want to shout and yell. I mean, I talk to the TV when I'm watching something, right? And it just irritates the shit out of me when I see things. Like, okay, you got this family. The dad, played by Gerard Butler, is he's a construction dude, builds skyscrapers for a living. That's why he's selected to survive, because of his job. So if you have skills the government wants, they'll take care of you, right? But, and this was probably pretty accurate, because you'll never convince me that civilization is only 6,000 years old. There has been civilization after civilization rise and fall on this planet for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years. Our humans are so much older than what our government will allow us to know. They hide our history from us. And I don't know why, but they probably always will. Anyway, back to the movie. Nobody in this movie has prepared for anything. They're all just living, for the moment. Nobody has more than a week's food in their house at any given time that you can tell. They're told they can only bring one bag per person, right? When they're going to the airport originally. So they just pack some clothing and they go. And of course the kid's insulin. Well, the little boy takes his insulin out and puts his blanket in the bag, right? That's how they get separated, because the dad has to go back out and find the insulin. Well, the mother is telling, my husband, he just went out to get my son's medication and he'll be right back. Medication? We can't let anybody on the plane that is sick. Okay. So, if the little boy hadn't done that, they would have ended up at the bunker a couple of days before, society ended. But they would have had the exact same outcome. However, people survive. People survive cataclysms. It happens, and it happens without government intervention. The last cataclysm, to my understanding, was about 11,500 years ago. And it destroyed most of the world. But people that don't listen to their government still survive because they prepare. What this movie is telling you is you need to have a job that the government wants. And you need to not be sick. And you need to do exactly as the government tells you. Always. Because they will take care of you. You're not capable of taking care of yourself. The government will take care of you. It's all bullshit. That being said, if you're a type 1 diabetic, you better have a farm where you can raise livestock and know how to make your own insulin. That's all I'm sorry, but that's the truth. And making insulin ain't easy, to my understanding. You need the liver of sheep or a sheep-like animal. Anyway, if you've seen 2012, you've seen Greenland. That's the long and the short of it. Thank you to my buddy Vlad for sending me that link so I could do this reaction. If theaters ever reopen, don't waste your money going to see this. If you want to watch it when it comes out on TV, by all means. Or you can go to the link that I'm going to try to put in the description or maybe in a pinned post. I will try to get that link that my buddy sent me. And I'm not real tech savvy, so, that's why I do these videos on the fly, as I call them. But we'll get it figured out. And the mother is played by Morena Baccarin, if you know who she is. She was in that series Firefly. Good movie, well done. Lots of good special effects. But it's been done. And maybe this is just I mean, because the last one was 8 years ago. They're just trying to remind us, listen to your government. Do exactly as your government tells you. No, I don't believe I will. I haven't had to do that since I got out of uniform, 20 plus years ago. So, anyway, if I think of anything else, I'll put up a second reaction video. But prepare for yourself. If you don't have somewhere you can go underground that you can stock and watch out for yourself, then you need to come up with one. And it needs to be bigger than like a storage container, because you're going to need oxygen. You're going to need water, lots of it. And you're going to need food. Not as much as water, but you're going to need it. I live in an area where there are many, many cave systems. Me and mine will survive. The thing is, the biggest thing about it is part of the movie, you see these people have left their home, and then Gerard Butler ends up at their home. And it doesn't look like their home ever gets destroyed. So why would you leave somewhere that's safe? Because these movies show everybody running around like they're chickens with their heads cut off, trying to be safe, and they all end up dead. Stay where the hell you're at. Or if you're underground shelter, if we know about an asteroid going to hit the Earth and the only place safe is underground, you either need to have one in your backyard or within a very short drive of your house. And if you don't have that, then there ain't much point. Just embrace the horror. That's the way I see it. If I know that I'm going to die and there's no way I can prevent it, I think I'm going to go get a lawn chair and a case of beer and sit out on my deck and watch. I might even film it. Who knows? They say the end of the world is going to be a bunch of millennials standing out there with their cell phones recording it. I wouldn't doubt it. But there was one scene in the movie where there were people out just having a party. Because, what's the point in trying to run? I get it. But at the same time, I'm not going to let my family die if I can prevent it. So, and that's the underlying, the real reason. Well, it's not even underlying. It's the overall struggle in the movie is the guy trying to save his family. And I get that. I do. And he's going to do it by whatever means necessary. I get that. But he didn't prepare. He relied on the government. And what if the government couldn't provide for him, like they almost didn't, because his son had type 1 diabetes? 7-year-old boy with an insulin pump. So that's my take. Prepare for yourself, because the government's not going to. Switzerland, they say they have enough underground beds for everyone in their country. The U.S. doesn't have that. They have deep underground military bases. And I love the irony that they're called dumbs. So the military will survive. The government will survive. The rest of us can go to hell. So take care of yourselves. Don't rely on anyone else. Till next time, till next time, I'm not Victoria Curum. Stay safe out there.